Am I onto something, or am I making too big of a leap here, sir?
No, you're making a point that has to be made over and over again. Americans say they're appalled that the French president acts like this. In Jack Kennedy's first months in office, he was impatient with Congress at getting funding for the Peace Corps, so he simply repurposed money appropriated for something else. In the economic crisis of 2008, Congress authorized the bailout of financial institutions. George W. Bush says, well, I hereby decree that the automobile companies are financial institutions. Barack Obama said probably 20 times, and I'm not exaggerating, that he did not have the unilateral power to make the changes in immigration laws that his base wanted him to make. Then he made them. And Donald Trump asked Congress to fund the wall on the border. Congress said no. He said, I'll do it anyway. So he took money out of the Defense Department budget and spent it on that. So this is the way, Leland, executives behave unless Congress or the courts stop them.
Right. Now, we have the Supreme Court case as it relates to the canceling, quote unquote, canceling of student debt. This brings us to your column that's coming out. With the Silicon Valley Bank rescue, welcome to capitalism without risk. Can we add on to that ... and also without Congress's approval?
Exactly. There was, we thought, a law that set at $250,000 the cap on insured deposits per person per bank. This little bank, which is about it's 6% the size of our largest bank, which is JP Morgan Chase. This little bank gets in trouble, and instantly the law is disregarded, and all deposits are suddenly decreed to be protected. Now, this raises what's called moral hazard. That is, it's an incentive for risky behavior. People say, well, my goodness, if this backstop is there for everything, let's take advantage of it. Let's take some risky investments. It seems to me, Leland, that we're coming very close to semi-nationalizing the banking sector, in which case, it seems to me, bank CEOs should be paid like wards of the government, like employees of the government. The highest bank executive pay then should be that of a senior civil servant. Let's see how they like that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can't really see Jamie Dimon or the head of Goldman Sachs suddenly enjoying a government salary. It would be a shock, perhaps, to their system. But you think about where this is headed, right? For France, in terms of the retirement age being raised, the United States is meeting essentially an immovable object and an unstoppable force as it relates to Social Security as well. This is something you've been talking about for a dozen plus years, as long as I've been following you, probably even longer than that, 2 or 3 decades. What then is the answer to reining in the executive? Because there's not a president who's going to be elected who's ever going to willfully give up this newfound power.
Well, there is a presidential candidate out there right now, Nikki Haley, who has said we really have to, like adults, talk about raising the retirement age. If in 1935, Leland, Congress had indexed the retirement age to life expectancy, in 1935 they set the retirement age at 65, the retirement age today would be 74. So this is just elementary arithmetic, and I think we're going to do a little better at this than the French are. The French language is rich and nuanced, but their preferred vocabulary is to go out at night and burn automobiles. I think the American public, we have our shortcomings, but we're a little more grown up than that.
Well, we did have the Tea Party protests, so we'll see sort of if there's enough anger on the streets. I don't know the answer to it. George, it's always good to see you. Have a great weekend. We'll be looking for your column as well. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider, and don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.